Dates are awkward, let's face it. It's basically two strangers meeting for the first time, pretending to be someone they're not, enduring weird small talk, interviewing each other for sex. Do first dates ever get easier? Is the question. The answer is yes. For me personally, it definitely got easier. Right here, I'm in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Been here for less than 2 weeks, been on a couple of dates, many of them very successful. Whatever that means, I leave it up to your imagination. As I was, kind of reflecting on going out with ladies here, going for drinks, having beautiful adventures, I was thinking, why is it so much easier now for me to be on dates? Why is it more fun now? I'm actually enjoying it, which was never the case before. I wrote down 3 main reasons that progressed in, that I transformed in, and that I think you are probably not doing right, or you're doing completely wrong, or you're not doing it as good as you can. So this video I want to talk about the 3 things that an introvert can improve to make your dates more fun, sexier, romantic, and ultimately more successful.
How you doing?
How are you doing?
I'm great.
Yeah?
Yep.
Well, treasure it.
You okay?
No.
First reason why your dates are boring is because your conversation topics are boring. You think it's exciting, but it's not when you talk about logical stuff, political stuff, analytical stuff with facts and numbers and planning. I get it. Look, I'm thinking about that stuff all day as well. I'm building my business, I'm building a YouTube channel, I'm dealing with metrics, I'm dealing with employees and payments and clients and invoices and charging and projections and strategy and marketing plans and so on. I get it. My brain is full of that stuff as well. It is your job to be able to switch that off a bit when you're meeting a beautiful girl, especially for the first time on a date. Women talk more emotionally, and especially when we talk about seduction and dating and creating attraction, you have to be able to talk about emotional topics. You have to be able to switch off the mathematician in you for a little bit and let a bit loose. Probably you're too stuck in your daily frame of job, plans, missions, structure. Be a bit crazy, a bit wilder. Create some role play, some fantasy world. Be a little more ridiculous. Be a little stupid. Be a little bit of a clown. You will see that will help a lot. That being said, in general, you're probably talking way too much. As I mentioned in another video, that silence is actually your friend when it comes to seduction, which is actually good news for an introvert. You want to shut up. You want to let her do 50, 60, 70, if possible, even 80% of the talking. You also do that by choosing certain topics that she can get emotional about, right? If you ask the same stuff all the time of what is her job and what's her favorite cocktail and why she likes this restaurant and da-da-da, well, there won't be that much for her to add to the conversation. And then you kind of feel like you have to keep holding it up with asking the next question, and then it becomes this weird battle of both running out of things to say. And then, guys complain why she's boring or she's looking at her phone or something like that. Talk less, and when you talk, choose emotional topics. The next thing I realized about dates now for myself versus 3, 4, 5 years ago when I got into this is I'm way more relaxed. Time slows down. I'm not overthinking it anymore. And this has incredible benefits. First of all, I'm way more in the moment. I'm calmer, don't have the urge to talk all the time. I'm using silence to my advantage, which from her, the girl's point of view, makes me look cool, makes me look high status, makes me look almost abundant, right? It gives her the idea that I'm not seeking her validation all the time, which paradoxically will make her validate me even more. I hope I said that right. You get the point. The other thing that it does is it slows down time and it gives me the space to ask good questions. And this is coupled with the fact, yes, I don't seek her validation that much anymore. So I'm also ready to ask hard questions, difficult questions, maybe questions that poke her a little bit, questions that where I assume that she's a little bit of an angel, but also a little bit of a devil. I want to find her dark side. And this is really important. One of the biggest things I've learned on my journey over the last couple of years was the vision of, there's good girls, the angel girls who do their homework and they study and they work really hard. And then there's the bad girls. the OnlyFans girls, the girls who go out, get drunk, some guy in a bar, that these two groups of girls are not two groups. It's one group of ladies. Sure, some are more extreme than others, but if you put the girl in the right environment, you can get the shadow, the crazy, the wild side out of her, when in another environment she's pretending to be the angel, or she is an angel, and she just doesn't show that other side of her too much. That is a big experience I made over the last couple of years. One of the biggest learnings for me personally, really. And I'm applying that now in first dates, which basically means I assume she has a dark side, a crazy side, a wild side. And I'm approaching it from a zero judgmental approach, which means I want to find out about it. I want to get excited about it. I want to share my dark side with her. And it's almost like a trade. Like, I'm opening up to you and you're going to open up to me a little bit. And we're going to both admit that, we're not perfect. We're not angels. And we're going to admire these sides of each other. This is where it gets really interesting, because now I allow myself to tap into that other side of her that maybe some guys are too afraid to tap into. And I'm not only tapping into it, I'm acknowledging it. I'm even praising it. I'm getting excited, right? For example, just happened the other night. I was on a date with a girl. We were in a bar. We're getting a bit tipsy, talking about sex. We're talking about dick sizes. So I asked her, what was the biggest dick in size you ever had sex with, right? Why did I ask that? I don't know. It seemed fine at that point. And she shows like this, something like big, huge. And I was like, oh my God, like my first thought was like intimidated and feeling bad of how much crazy experience she has and how my dick is not that long. What I said though is like, oh wow, like, do you have video of it? Kind of excited to talk about it. Not that I want to see her get by another guy. It's, that's your thing. That's okay. It's not my thing. But my point is, I encouraged her. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. You're sharing, you're open, you're honest with me, right? I don't shut it down of like, oh, it was probably black, or oh my God, like, you're a slut that you can take a big dick like that, or anything like that. That would be really bad. Now I'm training her to not share with me, and I'm killing the connection. And obviously I had to do some work during the date. It was like, 2 hours in or something to even get to the point to talk about stuff like that openly, and then keep encouraging her. And then it was totally fine. We went home soon after. My point is, for me to even ask a question like that, I have to assume that she has sexual experience. For me to assume she has sexual experience, I have to assume that she's not a virgin good girl, right? And most girls aren't, and probably the ones you're gonna date early on in the beginning of your seduction journey, or that, will go out with you easily, well, they will be a little bit on the wilder side, and you have to be okay with that. So a big part of making first dates fun and exciting for you and her is acknowledging that she has a wild side, and it's your mission to open that, praise it, acknowledge it, and share a little bit about yourself as well. The third reason why your dates are not going like you want them to go is you are not getting physical. You're afraid of touching, you're afraid of escalation, or you're by far not escalating as smooth or as fast as you could. This might have different reasons. Maybe you got a bit brainwashed by media, by the country you live in, by certain stories, by certain, social media posts, or by things you heard from friends. Maybe your childhood, maybe your upbringing, maybe your culture. Maybe you're holding sexual shame. Maybe you're sexually blocked. This is understandable. I have a lot of clients who deal with that. Another reason can be that you think that she doesn't want to be touched, that you think it's creepy, that you think you should take way more time, or you would be groping her, you would be harassing her. This is 99% of the time not true. She's here for a date. She also has some expectation where this goes, and she would enjoy the physical attention of a gentleman, right? A guy who knows how to do it. I'm not telling you to grope her or to escalate super quick or to do any creepy stuff. I'm telling you to test the waters, and to test the waters early. To do little touches, to welcome her in a warm way, maybe with a hug instead of a handshake or just a fist bump. I'm telling you to touch her hand during the interaction. I'm telling you to get closer to her here and there, lean in a bit, and then see, how does she react? Does she move away? Is she feeling really awkward about it? Or does she accept your touch? I'm telling you basically to move up a ladder that will end up kissing her if you get all the green lights, instead of doing nothing for hours and then maybe it's the time to say goodbye and you're like, oh, maybe I should kiss her now, but then it does feel really awkward because you haven't done any other forms of escalation before. If you're struggling with escalation, kind of like the same as if you're struggling with cold approach, to an extent, you just gotta be a man and do it. To another point, if that's too hard, you can hire a coach like me who helps you with this for certain exercises, either in live training or online coaching. The main mindset shift you have to do when it comes to escalation is it's not that bad if you get rejected. Again, same on the street, you get rejected, cool, you just meet someone else. You know, you're not ruining somebody's day just by saying, hi, you look beautiful today, excuse me, I want to talk to you. It's not a bad thing, right? Even if the person's busy or on the phone or already a bit grumpy, okay, they will let you know and leave you. Same with escalation. If you escalate and she's just not ready for it or for some reason doesn't want it, well, she will have her way of rejecting you, or let's reframe it as communicating to you that it's not the right time to do this. It's a chance for you to react really well, to react confidently, to react calm. Like we said, if you chill, if you calm, that will show status, which will increase your attraction or her attraction for you. You're basically testing the waters, and by that testing yourself if you can handle rejection, and you're proving to her that you can. So basically there is no bad outcome. Either you escalate and she likes it and you're moving it forward and you're getting physical, which then both want anyway, or you escalating and she's just not ready, and it's a chance for you to prove that you can handle rejection really well and you're a gentleman and you're really chill. So if you want to take your dating to the next level, you have two options. Either you download my free infield approaching guide right now, will be in your email within 2 or 3 minutes, or if you are a bit in a rush, maybe you have been on a dry spell or you're a bit older already, or you just don't know how to figure this stuff out yourself, you can book a free coaching call down in the description. What I want to say mainly though about this topic is, if you don't go on dates, none of this advice matters, right? To learn to be better on dates, you have to go on dates, not watch YouTube videos. You have to go on dates, not read books. You have to approach women and ask them out on dates, not just consume more content. You can't read your way to a biceps. You can't read your way to a perfect physique. You can't read your way to having cool style and feeling really comfortable in social situations. You have to put yourself out there. Again, if you're struggling with this, I get it. I've been struggling with this for years until I had the right people around me and the right coaches around me. As I mentioned, free infield guide below, but best if you book a free coaching call. Let me know in the comments, when was your last date? How did it go? And if you would have applied the things that I mentioned in this video, you think it would have gone differently. Always happy to hear your feedback, and I see you in the next video.